Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Mexico versus Ecuador in CONMEBOL Copa América 2024 Group B. Mexico has to win to advance. If they lose, they are eliminated. Jimmy is fired. Ecuador advances, and Venezuela will advance. Jamaica are eliminated. As we speak, Mexico and Ecuador fighting for second place. Now, Venezuela can end up second place under Mexico if Jamaica wins and Mexico wins by multiple goals, because the goal differential is not far off at all. So they could still end up being first, Mexico. It's still possible depending on the situation. But teams are out. They're singing the anthem. Starting 11s are as follows. Mexico contra Ecuador in La Copa América Grupo B. Mexico starting 11. In goal, Julio Gonzalez. Right back, Jorge Sanchez. Center back, Cesar Montes. Johan Vasquez. Right back, or left back, Gerardo Arteaga. Center mids, Orbelín Pineda. Charlie Rodriguez. Luis Chavez. Front three, Chino Huerta. Santi Jimenez. Julian Quiñones. Ecuador starting 11. In goal, Alexander Dominguez, Piero Hincapi, William Pacho, Felix Torres, Angelo Preciado, Moises Caicedo, Alan Franco, Jeremy Sarmiento, Kendry Paez, Kevin Rodriguez, Ener Valencia for Ecuador. We will also be looking at the score of Venezuela versus Jamaica as well, because, again, Mexico can still finish first in this group if they win. I think Ecuador can as well, but I think it's probably easier for Ecuador to do it if they win and Venezuela loses. But it's still possible for both. America won the Campeón de Campeones. They'll be taking on the Columbus Crew. They already were. They won the Bicampeonato. That's not what this Campeón de Campeones was for. That was for the Supercopa de la Mexicana. But as the last time happened, remember, Cruz Azul won in 2022. They did not play NYCFC. Atlas did. So the Campeón de Campeones was already won by America. They were going to play Columbus anyway in Campeones Cup. There was no difference. This did not choose that. So there you go. I'm sure they are. I've seen a lot. I'm not surprised there are empty seats. Well, it's better than some of the players they would have started. I don't know, like, I think Chino Huerta deserves a start, to be honest. He hasn't gotten a chance. That's the sad part. How we doing? But with that being said, let's bring that one up as well. Jamaica, Venezuela, let's bring that up. Have it on the computer. We'll look at that result at times, and then we'll look at the tables, because that's how this works. See how going on. It is on Rumble. It's just gotta. Marcelo Bielsa suspended, so he will not coach the game. Uruguay will still beat the USA regardless. I agree. Gonzalez for Mexico. Back for Arteaga, Vasquez, Montes, Sanchez. Honestly, Chino Huerta is better than Antuna and Piojo. Chavez, Romo, Pineda. Quiñones, Jimenez, Huerta for Mexico. Honestly, he's better than Antuna and Piojo. I would agree with, well, they're in an easier position, to be honest, slightly. I agree with that. It does. It can be Mexico, Venezuela, or Ecuador if Venezuela are still lose to Jamaica. Dominguez, Hincapi, Pacho, Torres, Preciado, Caicedo, Franco, Sarmiento, Paez, Rodriguez, and Valencia up top. So any of these three teams that still can advance could be Canada's rival. They fell down the tubes. That's what happened. I agree. But we're ready to go when it comes to these two Group B games. And we're off in Jamaica versus Venezuela. We're actually off already. They've started already. 0-0. Venezuela loses the game. The winner of this game will win the group. The winner of this game will advance. Mexico versus Ecuador. That is known. The question is, can Jamaica pull an upset against Venezuela? Any point would let Venezuela win the group. A win or a draw will have Venezuela win the group. But if they lose, the team who wins this game could still win the group between Mexico and Ecuador. I think we could beat any of them, to be honest. I think Canada could beat any of them. I'm not afraid of any of the three, to be honest. Like, to be honest, I'd take Mexico because that seems the easiest. Mexico seems the easiest out of the three. I'm not going to lie. Then Ecuador, then Venezuela. But I'm fine with facing any of them. I think Canada could win any of those. Throw in for Ecuador, 40 seconds in. Basically a minute longer, a minute early in the Jamaica match. That sounds nice. Well, technically, the main logo was changed. They just didn't put on the jerseys till the World Cup. So technically, he's right. We knew about the new logo from the Nations League and on. We knew about it. They just didn't put it on the jersey until the World Cup. But they told everybody about the new logo like a year and a half before. So technically, he's right. The logo was changed. Why are you trolling? Come on. Why am I feel like I'm getting gaslit. I feel like I'm getting gaslit. Two minutes in, 0-0, 0-0. Were you watching the Red Bulls game yesterday? We got so close to losing, but Cameron Harper scored. I know he scored. I didn't watch the game because I was watching Toronto, but heard about the result. Oh, my God. He called everything, like every foul. Even when Canadian players got fouled, it was still a foul for Chile. What are you talking about? If that was love, that was a toxic love. Yeah. And they would get 2 more games if they make the semis because they at least would have a third place match. So they'd be there till the last day, pretty much. Great minds think alike. When you get 2 yellow cards, Richie Larea got him on a yellow. Then he did another stupid foul that was a yellow level. It was a red card. That is a correct red card, or correct second yellow. How about maybe don't have a horrible first 20 minutes and get 2 yellow cards in 20 minutes that were rightfully yellow cards? I'm surprised he called those, but after that, that referee fixed up pretty damn easily. That referee fixed up pretty quickly after that. Well, hey, at least the U.S., you know what I hate? The U.S. might just pull what Italy pulled. Spalletti is still the Italy coach. They've confirmed he will still be the manager. That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Luciano Spalletti is still the Italy manager after all that. Let's see if the U.S. is stupid enough to do the same thing. Mexico is 15th in the FIFA World Rankings. Ecuador is 30th. 4 minutes in, still 0-0, 0-0. Mexico's actually playing pretty well. They're meeting the moment as it stands, or it looks like they're meeting the moment. I hope so. We need Greg to get sacked. Well, if we want CONCACAF to succeed in tournaments like this, they would actually be good in other tournaments, but you know. Hey, they had Greg Berhalter and still won CONCACAF trophies. So you know what? That was the bare minimum. Shit. Let's just remember Greg Berhalter's the bare minimum. 6 minutes in Jamaica versus Venezuela. Still 0-0, but Jamaica's playing pretty good. Canada wants Berhalter to stay. There's also that portion of Berhalter sucks, and it's easier to win a trophy in CONCACAF if he stays. But, well, technically he only won 2 of the 3 Nations League. BJ Callahan did the others, so you got a point. Playing forward is Jamaica. Jamaica has a chance here. Damari Gray. Still Damari Gray. Shot goes wide. And that ball will go out for, no, it's a free kick for Mexico, or against Mexico. Free kick for Ecuador. Italy will win the Euros. Yeah, I didn't know they'd be this shit. I didn't know Italy would be as shit as they were. Cesar Montes gets a yellow card. That's bad. Venezuela playing forward. Free kick. Who's the ref? He looks familiar. Which game? Mexico. Referee is Mario Alberto Escobar Toca. He's the Guatemalan ref who screwed Brazil. Like, that's the CONCACAF Guatemalan ref who screwed Brazil and helped Costa Rica get a draw. Same guy. Oh, yeah, that's him. You see Bellingham's goal today? No. 7th minute. Free kick taken, blocked off the wall. Ecuador takes a shot, saved by Gonzalez. 7 minutes in. Does that mean he'll help Mexico now? It would be nice if he did. It'd be nice if he did. I really don't know. Mexico right now would be eliminated with a draw. Again, Mexico has to win. Ecuador would just be above them on goal differential. Mexico cannot draw. They cannot lose. They have to win. Venezuela would be sitting top with a draw. Any point would put Venezuela top of the group. Jamaica, for Mexico to win the group, or Ecuador, they need to win the game. And they need to win the game. And Venezuela would have to lose to Jamaica. Venezuela would still advance, but in 2nd place. I didn't. I was sleeping. I was sleeping in. I didn't watch the England game because I honestly could care less about them anyway. My body needed some sleep. I slept in. Thanks to the early schedule yesterday. And I haven't watched the video on, because I don't follow anything about England. I didn't watch anything. There's a VAR check. VAR check, possible red card on Venezuela. He probably would. He's going to be salty. Latibaudiere went down for Jamaica. There's a red card check. And wait, whoa, is Solomon Rondon just talking to the ref, or could he be the one? Well, this could help Canada. Oh. If it is Rondon, that would really help Canada. Venezuela, Jamaica's playing right now. Yeah, it's the end of Group B. They both play at the same time. Because you can't have match fixing. And this result does matter, so we're focusing on it. For Mexico, at least, and Ecuador. No. Player who could have the red card offense is number 11 for Venezuela. But still. Latibaudiere got taken down. They're checking it on VAR. Still possible red card. It'll be a free kick, so I guess no card. No card. Throw in for Mexico. They think there might be a handball here. The ball did hit the Ecuador defender's hand. 10th minute. Yeah, it was awesome getting an assist. And Daron is a freaking... Nope, it'll be a throw-in. Daron is a gem. No red card. Daron Esprit is a gem. The love he showed the fans is awesome. So, hopefully he does well in Colombia. Hopefully. And hopefully he comes back to Portland one day. Darwin Machis is still going to miss the quarterfinal anyway with yellow card accumulation. So, doesn't matter that it wasn't a red card. He'll still miss the next match anyway. Who will win the Ballon d'Or? Your top 5 contenders. Bellingham, Vinicius. My top 5 contenders for the Ballon d'Or, I got Bellingham, Vinicius, Mbappe. Honestly, I think that's all that matters is those 3. I don't think 4th or 5th even have a chance anyway. So, Haaland, he had a bad season. Bellingham, Vinny, Mbappe, one of those 3. Any plans for the 4th of July? Watch the Copa América quarterfinal that the U.S. won't play in. Well, they weren't going to play in anyway. They're Group C and D, but, you know. Christian Cáceres Jr. Navarro could miss the next game for Venezuela with a yellow card, which they're also... I am excited to watch Vinicius, Bellingham, Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Alphonso Davies for Real Madrid. That's going to be an awesome team to watch. Throw in for Ecuador, Preciado to take 12 minutes, still 0-0, 0-0. Jamaica seeking their first ever Copa America point in this game. Jamaica scored their first ever Copa goal through Mikel Antonio on match day 2. That sounds sort of familiar. That sounds very familiar. Call me crazy, but that sort of sounds familiar. Sounds like Canada at the World Cup. Except they didn't get a point at all, but they were seeking one. Davies got their first ever World Cup goal on match day 2 of the 2022 World Cup. Yeah, that sounds sort of familiar. 13th minute. I don't care. I just want Davies to go to Real Madrid. Nil-nil, 0-0. 13th minute, 0-0 between Mexico and Ecuador. 0-0, 14th minute between Jamaica and Venezuela. Mexico playing the ball forward. They have to win. It's that simple. Even a draw won't save them. But Chino Huerta on the run. He goes down. No free kick given by Escobar. I don't know. Jamaica attacking. Saved. Lautaro's on fire. Yeah, 3 goals in 1 tournament. Lawson Talish Magno and strong talks to go back to Brazil. You know, for me, I mean, Talish Magno is just, he's not been the guy we expected him to be, I think. So, letting him go, you kind of have to. If he hasn't been the guy you expect him to be in MLS, if they're paid worth a damn, you can't really just hold on to them till the end of their contract. It's better to let them go if they aren't the guy you expect them to be. So, You know, I think he needed to go. Him and Bakrar, really. I think NYCFC still have striker problems. That's the problem. George Fochow retired from soccer. He's running his own business in Portland. Nice. That is cool. Yeah, but Malti Amundsen, I don't know if that's more defensible to let him go or not, but Quinones, still Quinones, plays it through. Luis Chavez blocked. But Talles Magno, at least it's not MLS. That's probably the better thing. It's probably better that it's not an MLS. That'll be a goal kick for Ecuador. Unlike Amundsen. But who would have expected him to go to a team like Columbus and play a good part in it? Not the full part, but play a good part. Who would have expected that? And he's a CONCACAF ref. Yeah, I guess he got his marching orders after the Costa Rica game, didn't he? He was trying to make a point, I guess, and that's why he helped Costa Rica. And then they're like, no, your marching orders to help CONMEBOL teams. We know you're a CONCACAF ref, but work with our bullshit. They probably gave him his marching orders, didn't they? It's like, because this is Escobar, same ref that the Costa Rica-Brazil game was. Even CONCACAF refs are screwing CONCACAF teams against CONMEBOL teams. Or just screwing them in general because, dear Lord, that U.S. game. Sixteenth minute. Ref trash. I feel like even the CONCACAF refs got marching orders. In my opinion, I feel like it is. These refs are so damn biased, it's not even funny. So that's why CONMEBOL was so open to say, oh, only CONMEBOL team will go to the Finalissima. Not because the CONCACAF team will make the final, because they're going to screw the CONCACAF teams. I know, it's amazing. I saw it, like purple with the baseball script and the old logo. I mean, it's amazing. I was going to send it to you, but I saw it on my computer, not my phone. When I was looking at Reddit, I forgot to send it. I didn't know if you saw it anyway, but I saw it. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. That throwback third kit, the purple with the baseball script, I want it. I want it. It's amazing. Crepeau going on it instantly. I'm going to get that jersey with Crepeau on it. Boom. Awesome. Yeah, but Tati was always going to be, I think he always had the look of being a good striker. Bakrar, not exactly. 18th minute. Bakrar hasn't shown anything to me. Tati always sort of did show as well. 18th minute. Past the post. I mean, he kind of has to if they're going to get rid of Talles Magno. Corner for Ecuador, 18th minute. 0-0 esta noche. Headed saved. Another corner. Sucks England won. They almost lost. They lost. Actually, I thought that was a good save. Short corner, Caicedo, Paez. Cross, header, over the bar, goal kick for Gonzalez. 0-0, 0-0. Mexico needs a hero. Luis Malagon. Well, he's not there. He's not there because his, what? Was it his ass? His ass is sore. He knew he was going to be embarrassed. That's why. The hero's Alvarado. What? No, that hero's Chino Huerta. That hero is Chino Huerta or Marcelo Flores. Jamaica. Bell crosses in. Header. Oh, my God. That was horrible. That hero is Chino Huerta. They didn't. Tears have no tangible value turning into goals. 20th minute. Jordi Cortizo. They should have played them all. Cross in. Header! And Chino Huerta puts it over the bar. Speaking of him being the hero, we need more than that. You need to be the hero. Don't. Ah, crap. Good cross by Quiñones. Chino Huerta puts it over the bar. Don't forget Hulit Peña. Is he even on the roster? We need you to be the hero, Chino Huerta. We need you to be the hero. Jimmy Lozano, first major international tournament as a Mexico coach, 10 wins, 3 draws, 7 losses, but he did win the Gold Cup. But if he loses tonight, a year later, he's getting fired. He's getting fired and replaced by Almada or Jardinet. 21st minute. Yeah, I mean, I thought Gonzalez has been good. I agree. It's the fact that they haven't scored goals. They've only scored 1 goal, Mexico. And it was Arteaga against Jamaica. I don't think Henry is, but Rebel's the Pumas fan. Rebel's the Pumas fan. Oh, well, there you go. He is. Both are. Well, there you go. I don't think I heard Henry bring it up, though. Or at least I don't remember it. How we doing, Chamfle? What a pass. See, the problem is Mexico only scored 1 goal. They allowed 1 goal, but they only scored 1 goal. And great pass, but offside, and he kicks it straight to the keeper anyway, but it was offside. Santi Jimenez, he needs to be more automatic. Let's put it like that. At this point. So, like when it comes down to it, Santi, he needs to be more automatic. He needs to just shoot. He needs to shoot. But here's the problem with Mexico. Their only goal was scored by a left back against Jamaica. Gerardo Arteaga, which was a great goal, but, you know, it is what it is. 23 minutes in, throw in. Mexico, you're horrible. So, well, honestly, I mean, it depends. You don't want them to go to Cancun before Thursday, considering Hurricane Barrel's going to come in. But, hey, after that, after that, though. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because you did that like 3 days ago or whatever, 2-3 days ago. Mexico has no style, so football plays, so Jimmy Lozano's fired in the morning. I mean, it doesn't. I understand it, but man, it was crazy how this time last year, everybody was like, Subanse al Lambert Jimmy, Subanse al Lambert Jimmy. And then now they're like, fire his ass. Like, okay, it was pretty obvious that the Gold Cup was B teams and he probably wasn't ready. Like, I like Jimmy Lozano too. He seems like a cool guy. He seems like a smart football guy, but he just wasn't ready. But one, they wanted to be cheap, and second of all, they wanted the warm and fuzzies after Kolka absolutely shit up the joint. And they thought maybe it would work, and it legitimately didn't. But it also doesn't help him that this is the worst Mexican generation of players. It's like Italy. It legitimately is. Like, well, Televisa also sucks too, but this generation of players does suck, and they're also not able to go to Europe. Point being is this. Here's the point. Mexico and Italy are very similar. Mexico and Italy are very similar in situation. Mexico and Italy is the Mexico of Europe, and Mexico is the Italy of CONCACAF. It's that simple. And it's kind of funny if you think about it. Both flags have the same colors, but that'll be a throw-in. So, Mexico versus Switzerland rematch at Penn State. What do you mean, Mexico? I mean, well, hey, if we're going by the thought of Mexico is Italy, yeah, basically is a rematch, isn't it? Who's the USA of Europe? England. England. I mean, Southgate is a waistcoat wearing Berhalter. Berhalter wears sneakers. Southgate wears a waistcoat. It's that simple. And he's more of a punk, but they basically do the same things. But it's England. It's England is the USA of Europe. Canada, I would say Austria. I think Canada and Austria line up very well. Funnily enough, Jesse Marsch worked under Ralph Rangnick. Funnily enough. So there's that. But 26-minute. Well, yeah, but there you go. But the USA actually, they both suck. How we doing? 0-0, settle, Mexico versus Ecuador. 0-0, settle, Venezuela, Jamaica. So as of now, Venezuela first, Ecuador second, Mexico third, Jamaica eliminated in fourth. But we already knew that part. So 27th minute. Playing forward, Mexico. Who gets let go if they get grouped? Jimmy or Greg? I heard the Mexican Federation say Jimmy's job was safe till 2026. There was already news that if they get grouped tonight, it's going to be Almada or Jardinet taking over for Jimmy. He's done. If they don't win, he's done. He's done. Greg might actually be the safe one. He should be gone, but the U.S. might be dumb enough to keep him in. And if we listen to Eric Winalda, they are. Because Eric Winalda said they're going to keep him, which I don't know if that's Eric Winalda being the shit stir that he sometimes is. Hey, I have respect for Eric Winalda, but the dude sometimes is a shit stir. And I don't know exactly why he was doing it, but Ukraine, they're overhyped. Yeah, Jamaica being Ukraine, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I could see that's play style and the fact they're overhyped. Well, hey, at least John Herdman could whip his ass again. Not for the first time, won't be the last. For last 16, Hala Madrid. Yeah, I agree with that. They got Courtois. Sounds like Courtois, they want to fire Courtois when it's not really his fault, to be honest. It's the fault of injuries, the fact their sporting director left. But no, somebody has to go and pay for it. So, Jamaica, they're playing well. They've actually had some really good chances. Mexico should be rooting for them. Hell, Ecuador should be too if they want to top the group. A Venezuela draw or win will have them top the group no matter what happens here. But the winner of this game will certainly go through. A draw would put through Ecuador, but if there's a winner, that team will certainly go through. And if Jamaica somehow beats Venezuela, which the way they're playing is very slightly possible, the winner of this game wins the group. Venezuela second. 0-0. So, lol, that's wild. But results hold, Venezuela wins Group B, will face Canada in the quarterfinal. And Ecuador advances and plays Argentina in the quarterfinal. Thursday would be Ecuador versus Argentina. Friday be Canada versus Venezuela. Saturday be Group C and D. We'll see what happens there. I'm back. Wrong. 30th minute 0-0, 31st minute 0-0. Still draws in both games, but that would mean I didn't say anything until I turned my mic. Thought I heard some. Turned my mic back on. Leon better in Toronto. Well, technically, yeah, they won the Champions League. We didn't, so actually you're right about that one. I'll give you that one. Lamine Yamal is such a beast, just unfortunate he doesn't have the PR Jude has. Well, the problem is Jude is English, so of course he has the PR. Of course he has the PR. Spanish-speaking media, well, it depends on what you know. I don't know if in Mexico he has the PR, but it's harder for the Spanish-speaking media to spread the PR about players that the English can. Like, Bellingham is a good player, don't get me wrong. He's a very good player, but he has a lot of PR because he plays for a Spanish team, but he has the English media behind him, right? Real Madrid's one of the best teams in the world. He plays well there, and he's an English player with the English media behind him. So it's I think that's the situation. Yamal is young. He could still flop. He's one of the best youngsters I've probably ever seen play the game. Similar to a Neymar back at Santos. Similar to, hell, when Ansu Fati was, I thought Ansu Fati was going to be him. I'm not going to lie. I think we all thought that. But you can't really, I mean, look at Freddie Adu for a perfect example, right? Look at Freddie Adu. Freddie Adu got all that press, and it was another English-speaking country press. And this is when football wasn't that popular in the States. And Freddie Adu was hyped to here and back to heaven and above, shot past the post. So, again, there's a certain point where you're like, yeah, he's good right now, but will he be good in 3 years? Then we can start rolling that agenda. I'd say they're even at best. I'd say Necaxa and Toronto are even at best. Speaking of, didn't they finish like bottom? No, wait, no. No, that was Jolos. Juan Gabriel FC was in there. I think it depends on how they play. They played how they did the start of the season, yeah. If they played how they are now, no, they'd probably finish last. So let's just call it even. I was thinking of Jolos. That's what I was doing. My bad. I was thinking of Jolos. Red and white still. So. Then for some reason, I was also thinking about Juan Gabriel FC, so I don't know. 37th minute. Saka at left back was good. Mainu should have stayed on the pitch, and Palmer should start. I agree. They were undefeated for most of the season. Oh, yeah, they were that surprising team. Oh, yeah, they were a surprising team this year. Oh. Well, that's only a one-half season thing, probably. See, here's the thing. There's always those surprising teams that come out of nowhere in Liga MX. There's always one of them every year. There's always one of them every year. Like, Juarez was good for like 3 months in the Apertura and then couldn't win a game for months. But for a while, you thought it was going to be Juarez. Necaxa, Toluca. Mexico playing forward. Shot blocked away. Santi Jimenez can't. He's thinking way too much. I swear, he's thinking way too much. Santi is thinking way too much, and it's just not going well for him. The grimace effect is over. How'd the dude not get a card? CONMEBOL refs. That's my explanation. This is a war zone. This is a damn war zone. That's my explanation. That's how I explain it. This is a war zone. Simple. War zone. Well, technically 5 December. July, August, September. Well, actually, late June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 6 months. Can you count? Thanks to the Leagues Cup started late June, so 5.5 months. And they were good for like the first, 8 weeks? Like they were unstoppable for like the first 8 weeks. They were pretty good in Leagues Cup as well. So technically I wasn't saying that. Go by numbers. Now, of course, the playoffs take a month, so really 4.5. But, 4. They were good for like the first 8 weeks. Like, what, half the season? And then they absolutely collapsed. How long before we get a fight? I'm going to say by the 60th minute. I'm going to set the over there, 60th minute. By the 60th minute, over, under. Yeah, he's a Guatemalan ref. He's the same one the Costa Rica-Brazil game had when he screwed Brazil, and then they gave him his marching orders. 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. Central will be the USA-Uruguay game, or Group C finishers. Also, MJF wearing an Islanders jersey to the ring. Good for him. He's from New York. Okay. Or Jersey. Sarmiento, pass the ball this night, please. I saw tickets to Uruguay USA are cheap at $68. You know why that's happening? Because the USA are getting grouped. I don't blame people for selling their tickets for cheap. But, hey, if you want a cheap night out, go right ahead. Why do you think I talk about it? I know tactics. I know how to talk. I can't play it. I also, when I wanted to start playing it, I was too old because I'm from an area who's a very football-loving city. So I was pretty much screwed anyway. So why do you think? Why do you think I talk about it? I can play pickup. I'm not horrible, but I'm not good enough to – I wasn't good enough to start a team when I was in school, and I picked it up way too late. So I was beat out, and, well, the way I am, I either am the best or I don't do it. That's how I work. So, yeah, why do you think I talk about it? I mean, I'll play pickup, and I'm not too bad, but, why do you think I talk about it? Doesn't matter. The USA is probably getting grouped. They're only losing 4-0 instead of still going to be 4-0. Imagine Berhalter getting fired. I hope he does. So what, you believe Eric Winalda? I don't believe Eric Winalda as far as I can throw him. I don't. I think people are going, I feel like there's actually pressure on Berhalter. I feel like if Alexi Lawless says you rightfully will get fired, if you get grouped, it's over. If Alexi Lawless is saying it's over, it's over. Like, Alexi Lawless basically goes to bat for the Federation. And he's like, no, you're in trouble. I don't know. I think that means it's over. I honestly, ironically, would believe Alexi more than I would Eric Winalda. Like, if Alexi's calling you out, I think it's done. He carries water for the Federation. I think he's done. That's just my opinion. But maybe the USSF are totally stupid, or as stupid as Italy, because, I don't know. CONMEBOL refs could call that a penalty, 41st minute. I mean, fair enough. I mean, the USSF could go full Italy and keep him, just like Italy's keeping Spalletti, which that's dumb too. Italy's going to miss the World Cup for a third straight tournament. I think so. I do think so. I'm not going to be an Uruguay fan that day. I'm rooting for CONCACAF. But let me tell you, when they screw it up, when the USA screws it up, they're getting the reason you suck speech. When the review happens. Trust me, it's coming. They're getting a reason you suck speech. So, tomorrow. So, I should have done it when the Panama game happened, but I didn't really have the time. Mexico's in trouble. Well, they haven't scored yet, but they haven't got scored on. But they need to score. And Jamaica's playing well, but so it'll be a 42nd minute. Darwin Nunez masterclass versus the USA. So how many chances is he going to miss? 42nd minute. Like, what, score 2 goals with like 30 chances missed? 57 for behind the goal. 57 for behind the goal. That ain't too bad. Results hold. Venezuela wins group. Ecuador finishes second. Mexico, Jamaica eliminated if the results hold. Close to the half. Very close to the half. Okay, so how's this his fault? Okay, no. How's this his fault? He's like the one guy who isn't a nepotistic person in the USSF, and you want him fired? I think he brought back Berhalter because, one, the players wanted Berhalter back. Second of all, is it a bad decision to rehire Berhalter? But the players overwhelmingly wanted it, especially when it came down to Jesse Marsch and Berhalter, which that was a stupid pick, but I won't complain because guess who has Jesse Marsch? I wouldn't blame him. Darwin. Do I have to say I agree? Isn't it crazy Matt Crocker said we hired Greg to beat the big teams in major competitions? Guess what? He barely scraped by Jamaica and lost to Panama at home. So, Crocker, you're full of crock. Why would... I mean, they probably should have fired him before the Copa and just let BJ run it. But now BJ's going to be going to Nashville, so that sucks. Fair. Yellow for Caicedo. You know, Mexico's starting to play with fire now that they know they could get eliminated. Well, at least they're playing with fire. I don't think the USA will. Well, unless you're saying they're playing dangerously when you say playing with fire, then we have a different definition. But if you're saying they're playing with fire like they're really trying to get it, you know what? I think that's what you should do if you know you can get eliminated. Wilfred Nancy, a guy like Ronnie Dalla. Yeah, you could. Yeah, Ronnie Dalla could be. Yeah, Ronnie Dalla, which I think you'd be happy about. At least, I don't know, maybe. No, I'm not even going to make that. It'd be funny if they hired Bob Bradley. For me, it'd be funny for me if they hired Bob Bradley. But even San Diego sort of stepped back from that, which is weird. But 45th minute, 30 seconds left with stoppage time for Jamaica, Venezuela. I'm not sure. I'm sorry for saying Italy was going to win the Euros. I didn't realize they were that shit. Turns out I was picking biasedly. I just didn't realize Italy was that shit. They let me down way more than they let you down. I should have picked Spain or France or anybody of the actual favorites, but I deluded myself to thinking Italy could figure it out again because that's sort of what they did in 2021. But I didn't realize they didn't care at all, and they were that shit. Again, I'm very sorry for making a horrible prediction, thinking Italy would win the Euros. Italy embarrassed me more than they embarrassed you. Well, yeah, that's what they should be doing. Why not Klopp? They need a lot of money to do that. Besides, I don't know if he picked the USA. Halftime between Jamaica and Venezuela, that is 0-0. We'll jump back into that later. Yep, still 0-0 between Jamaica and Venezuela, and seconds left in the Mexico game. I think he's just thinking too much. I agree. Coke and Dr. Pepper are better. Exactly. Well, no, Chiesa as well. Chiesa and Donnarumma. But Calafiori got suspended for the knockout game, which meant a lot. But with that being said, halftime. 0-0. 0-0 versus Mexico and Ecuador as it stands. Venezuela first, Ecuador second. Mexico and Jamaica eliminated, but we knew Jamaica was eliminated. But 0-0, 0-0, medio tiempo, and that's where we sit halfway through these games. That would be crazy, but Tobias, Mexico time, second half, I could feel it. That means you get scored on. It means you get scored on. Chiesa's a baller. We already knew that. Calafiori was a standout. Fair enough. And I guess Donnarumma we already knew about. He just plays well at the Euros. Donnarumma's the next Memo Ochoa. He only shows up for international tournaments. At least the Euros. We don't know about the World Cup yet, but we may never know. We may never know. Here's the thing about Pepsi, though. Pepsi is good in a bottle, and honestly, cherry Pepsi is, and Pepsi Nitro is good. You get regular Pepsi in a can, there's some sort of aftertaste that's just weird. Maybe it was that one can I had, but there's just some weird aftertaste in a Pepsi can that I just can't get over. You know? At least it was that one time. I don't know if maybe it was that one time, but also, I mean, you don't really, they're like, oh, is Pepsi fine at restaurants? So, I mean, it's not like it's bad, but, you know. How are we doing, Red Bull Insider? With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 0-0 between Mexico and Ecuador. Both matches are 0-0. Mexico is out as it stands. 45 minutes to figure it out. What would happen if Italy missed the World Cup? If they missed the World Cup, they should delete the federation. Tear everything down to the studs and just restart. Like, start over. Tear everything down to the studs. Like, 3 in a row with how big the World Cup is next time, tear everything down to the studs. Tear everything down to the studs. Restart. Or just delete the federation. But if you tear everything down to the studs and that don't work out. True. How that man is so Teflon, it makes no sense to me. It makes zero sense. At least, 2066 is 60 years after they won their World Cup, you know, their 4th World Cup. Maybe, you know, that's something. You know, maybe that's something. Gray hair, old as shit, almost having Alzheimer's. That's when that happens, hey, you know, it'll be worth it, I guess. It'll be worth it. Come on, bro. If we face Argentina, I don't care if we face Argentina or lose to them. We need to beat Ecuador at all costs for what they did. What did Ecuador do? What did they do? Maybe I'm not thinking about history right now, but what did they do? I have no idea. Embassy raid. Mexico and Ecuador don't have a very friendly international relationship. Well, somebody said embassy raid, so there you go. I didn't hear about it, but now I'm going to look it up after this is over. He also suspended for tomorrow's match. I saw. USA still losing 4-0. With that being said, we'll take a short break, talk about the stats, get this one going. 0-0 on both ends. Oh, nice. Edson's still there watching from the stands. Nice. Interesting, but I'm going to look into that. Sit tight, be back. Well, I mean, most generations are better than Mexico's right now. Back, stats of the half. Oh, that'd be horrible. That doesn't sound... if that was true, that, well... I don't know if that's true, because I'm not really a fan of root beer, but that's not a bad smell. Couldn't be worse. It could be worse. It can be worse. El borracho degenerado. I don't smell like anything, really. Yeah. I don't smell bad. That's... I'm neutral. Like... when I put on lotion, I guess I smell like the ocean. Depending on... well, that's the one I'm on right now. I don't smell bad. I smell normal. Thought you smell like socks. Let's go Canada next round. But with that being said, we got to do the stats of the half. I don't know how much time we have. I've got some I'll research myself. 55% possession to 45% possession. 10 shots to 6. 0 shots on goal to 2. 9 fouls to 6. 167 accurate passes, 82% to 127, 76%. 9 corners, or 9 fouls, 6. 0 corners to 2. 10 shots to 6. 0 shots on goal to 2. 204 to 168. 82% pass accuracy to 76. 12 throws to 14. 2 offside to 0. 1 yellow card on both sides. 0 red cards. 0-0 at the half. 0-0 esta noche. Mexico has played okay. Ecuador has... they've both played well. Or they've both played good. But Mexico, they're playing like they want to win this game because they know they have to win this game. But Ecuador has not been scored on yet. And Ecuador... I don't think their chances have been great, to be honest. Gonzalez has made 2 saves, and it seems like a stalemate, but Mexico does look like they're playing well, and Ecuador is too. Anybody could win this game or could stay a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-0 win either way if there is a winner. Let's put it like that. But Mexico-Ecuador, 0-0. So, a neoliberal. So, a neolib warhawk. Got it. Canada 2-0 Venezuela. Canada semis. I would love it. And let's remember, the knockout stages of the Copa are straight to penalties after 90 if it's tied. So, easier to handle if you're Canada. Really? Yeah, it's straight to penalties after 90. There's no extra time except for the final. Semifinal, quarterfinal, semifinal, third place are straight to extra or penalties. Canada can handle it. Talking more about the Venezuela or the Argentina game, but they can handle it. They learned something. Speaking of, since we're talking about Mexico, let's also do a tropical update for Hurricane Beryl, because I should. So, the cone, the hurricane has winds of 130 miles per hour, Category 4 hurricane, moving west-northwest at 18. Current location to the center, 12.2 north, 57.3 west. It's going to be hitting the Leeward Islands and Antilles starting later tonight, going into Monday as a major Category 4 hurricane. Will stay a major hurricane until it affects Jamaica, and then weak into a Category 2, and will make landfall as a Category 2 or high-level Category 1 hurricane on the Yucatan coast. on the Yucatan Peninsula coast of Mexico. Be a tropical storm as it gets through and then make a landfall probably sometime next weekend or next Monday when it comes to the Bay of Campeche. So as probably a Category 1 hurricane. So thoughts on Kevin O'Toole? Hey, you know what? I like Canada's chances. I mean, we already fought them once. But again, it's going to be a strong hurricane. Also, Haiti and the Dominican Republic are under a tropical storm warning as well for Wednesday, 2 p.m. Tuesday to 2 a.m. Wednesday, and even past that. So they could get some effects by the storm because it is growing. Not just strengthening, but it's also growing. The wind field is getting bigger. So it's a very strong storm for late June, early July, starting very far east in the MDR, which this is not the time for that. That's about late July at the very earliest. So hurricane season. Oh, yeah, there's also a invest right behind it that could form as well that will probably be designated Tropical Storm Chris or Debbie as soon as it gets a low-level center. What are the names? There could be Chris as we speak in the Bay of Campeche. If not, it's either Chris or Debbie, depending on what gets named first. That tropical depression in the Bay of Campeche or the disturbance behind Beryl. Looks like 3 will be Chris. The disturbance will be Debbie, but I'm not too completely sure. Good player. That's my thoughts. Damn it. That sucks. Canada will make history for us. Canada, the only team in the NAFTA alliance, is doing a good job. I'm happy, but I'm also going to hold that over your head for the rest of your life. I'm not going to lie, I will. But with that being said, 46th minute, 0-0. That was hurricane expert Ryan. There we go. They were smoking that Chile pack like it was a habanero. If you were Jimmy, what would your message have been to Mexico in the locker room at halftime? If you were Felix Sanchez, what would your message been to Ecuador? If I was Mexico, I'd be like, I like the play. I like how you're playing. I like the fight you have. Let's keep it going. Don't lose sight of the goal. In both ways, don't lose sight of the goal. Keep pushing. You're playing well. You can beat their goalie. There are times you have some really good attacks. Let's keep it going. If I was Ecuador, I'd be pretty much saying the same thing. They're both in a similar position. They're both pretty much in a similar position. To be honest, I'd probably say the same thing. Really. "47th minute. "48th minute, 0-0. Oh, by the way, let's bring that game back up. Almost forgot. There we go. Venezuela score 1-0. Venezuela have scored against Jamaica as we speak. See what happened. So Venezuela has 9 points as we speak. They will win the group, even with a draw. So it's going to be hard for Jamaica to turn that round in that case. Edouard Bello scores. Yep. Edouard Bello, who plays for Mazatlan. Venezuela, Canada, it looks like. And this Mexico-Ecuador game is for the right to get destroyed by Argentina. Thoughts on Chris Paul signing with the San Antonio Spurs to play with Wemby? You know, that's nice. I'm happy for Wemby that he gets a teammate like Chris Paul. So, might be a bit washed, but it doesn't matter. If result holds, Venezuela would have won all their group stage matches at the Copa America for the first time. 49th minute. 0-0 between Mexico and Ecuador. Who will face Argentina? A draw or Ecuador win has Ecuador going on to get destroyed by Argentina. And Mexico winning would get them destroyed by Argentina. Eduard Bello scored in the 49th minute for Venezuela. 0-1 Jamaica contra Venezuela. They will win the group. They had already advanced. It was depending on who won the group or what they would have done for winning the group. But they had already advanced before this first match. Or this last match. 50th minute. 51st, 50th. We're going to find out who wants to be destroyed by Argentina more. If Messi's not playing, Mexico might have more of a chance. Or Ecuador, depending. But man, if they somehow ended up winning and Canada got through Venezuela, ooh, baby. What a scene that would be. And also, what a free final that would be for Canada. House money, baby. 51st minute. Jonas Valanciunas has agreed 30-year, $30 million deal with the Washington Wizards. Well, good for Jonas. Good for him. Happy for Jonas. Corner for Mexico. Honestly, the Raptors should have just brought him back. I mean, they ain't doing nothing. But 51st minute. Corner. Referee's holding it up. I wonder why. I didn't see anything to be a VAR call, but okay. Nope, it is a corner. And he's going to let him take it. App State versus Clemson, September 7th, prime time. I'm going to go bet on Appalachian State. You know what? You don't have to tell me twice. I'm going to go bet on Appalachian State. I'm going to hit the futures on that one. Oh, possible handball by Hincapie. Do you know what Appalachian State does, Alex? They beat good teams. They beat good teams where they've had a good history, good recent history, or they're just good at the time. Remember Michigan? Remember Texas A&M? Clemson sucks right now, but they have won recent national titles. That seems like the type of game Appalachian State would win. I'm going to go put some money. I'm going to go put some money on Appalachian State to beat Clemson. Besides, Dabo Swinney. I hate Dabo Swinney. Dabo Swinney is a jackass. I hate Dabo Swinney, and he's a jackass. I'm going to go. That's the first. Actually, you know what? Josh Pate should do it right now, but if not him, I'll do it. The Ramen Noodle Express. Take the Appalachian State money line on September 7th over Clemson. If he ain't going to do it, I will. Playing forward. I was just happy the U.S. got. I was happy for the U.S. for them winning games at the Cricket World Cup. No, and they will not. Unless they score a goal, they will not, which I don't think they will. No. So let's see here. I think that's September 1st state. Or is it August 31st? Either way, I think that's week 2 is Appalachian State versus Clemson. Goal! Venezuela scores a second. Salomon Rondon! 2-0 Venezuela. Yep, that game's over. 2-0 Venezuela. 0-2. Salomon Rondon. And that'll do it. They will not get a point. Venezuela scores a second. Oh, look, it's Jefferson Soteldo. That's that. Solomon Rondon just tripped over it, popped it into the net. This man can't stop scoring. For Pachuca or Venezuela, header. Mexico should add 2 penalties. Yeah, I know how you feel. Toronto got screwed 3 times by the refs last night, and the Canadian team got screwed all the time by the ref. I know how you feel. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Solomon Rondon. He's going down and just side foots it into the net while as he's falling. And Jamali Way just puts his foot over it like he couldn't even believe it. Dabo Sweeney's washed. I agree. Because he won't use the transfer portal or NIL. What an idiot. I can't stand that self-righteous jackass Sweeney. Hey, if you want to win in college football, people ain't going to come to Clemson just because you've won 3 national titles. They need the money, boy. They need to be paid. And if you ain't going to do that, they'll go, well, they won't go to Alabama either. Did you not? Oh, Fortuna. Play Oh, Fortuna. They ain't going to Bama either. They ain't going to Bryant Dennehy Stadium either. No. They'll go to Georgia. Georgia will pay them. Shot past the post. Penalty. Penalty for who? Cross in. Luis Romo chips it on. Shot. Oh! No pen. Cross in. Shot cleared. Corner. It's not a pen, though. He wants a pen, I think. They just choked that so hard. How about score the goal? If you don't, then hope for the pen. But I see it. I don't know if they'll give it. That's the problem. I think that is. I'm going to say I think that is a pen. That's more leg than ball. And he was right on him. I mean, that was a pretty... Yeah, I think that he got the trailing leg. I think that's a pen. But this is CONMEBOL, so probably not. I think it is. But trailing leg on Arteaga, I think it's a pen. I think it is. I hate this ref. And it's not even a CONMEBOL ref. Mexico's shooting up to second place. They have to score the penalty first. They're checking it. They have to score the penalty first. They didn't do that last time. Hopefully this time the guy Jimmy wants to take it, takes it. VAR. Hopefully the guy Jimmy wants to take it, takes it this time. Corner. No penalty. 57th minute. Damn. 0-0, settle. No pen. They just got jobbed by a CONCACAF ref. VAR ref's like, they ain't going to score it. Don't give it to them. Well, no, it'd probably be more like we're CONMEBOL. Can't give it to them. Jamaica disappointed me. And what they need to do to get better is better manager, play better, and that's past the post. Header goes past the post. Santi Jimenez misses it. Jamaica needs to play better. They need more tactics. They need more team play. They need a manager who, has better tactics. Leon Bailey, I won't even say losing Leon Bailey was that bad, to be honest. Well, and Santi misses the header. Jamaica's performance in this Copa gives me hope for Guate. You'll both make it to the World Cup, I think. Jamaica need to reevaluate their squad. Yeah, the problem is Leon Bailey wouldn't have helped this. He doesn't play well in the Jamaican shirt anyway. Like, the only time he really played well in the Jamaican shirt was, like, right before he left the team again. Or right before he left the team and retired. Sort of feels like a sick joke, but I don't know. Sort of feels like a sick joke, but I don't know. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this one going. Super chats are on. Mexico should have like 2 penalties. Yeah, I think they should have gotten that last one. But yeah, I think they should have had at least 1, if not 2. Man, I can't believe a CONCACAF ref is screwing him. He got his marching orders. I don't care. The man got his marching orders. He got his marching orders. He's told, hey, you better do what we want you to do. We don't care if you're CONCACAF. You do what we want you to do. Like this, the refereeing in this tournament towards CONCACAF teams is absolutely just stunning. It's absolutely disgraceful. I don't, like, it's not even fair. Like, it's not even fair. Canada, in spite of CONMEBOL referees, have advanced to the knockout stages. The United States had a CONCACAF ref that screwed them against a CONCACAF team, but just it fits because the reffing's been so horrible in this tournament. Ref would have called all 3 pens for Ecuador. I agree. Like, the refereeing in this tournament is so horrible, and it's biased towards CONMEBOL. Except for that Brazil-Costa Rica game, which now at this point looks sort of like a protest by Escobar. Like a whistleblowing protest. In both ways. Yeah, it feels like this is just Quinones ruining Santi's goal. Santi was off the frame anyway when it came to the header. The reffing's always shit. I thought maybe it'd be... I know CONMEBOL reffing is a war zone, but I thought it'd be a bit fair. I thought they'd be a bit fair considering they came to the U.S. to play this damn tournament. They took the U.S.'s money and still said, screw you. We're going to be either screw you and have horrible calls or just be the war zone we normally are. I thought they'd be a bit more fair. That's my opinion. If you're going to come to our backyard to play these games, how about maybe be a little bit more, I don't know, cognizant of the fact that you probably shouldn't make it a war zone? I got a question. Is Santi a fraud? Thoughts? I don't think Santi Jimenez is a fraud. What I do think is when he plays for Mexico, when he does get the belief in him, which he doesn't really have until now, the Federation were basically like, no, this is his team. You got to play him, Jimmy. I don't think Jimmy Lozano likes Santi. I think he'd rather have Henry Martin. I don't think Santi feels respected or wanted by this Mexico team. I don't think he does. That's part of it. Second of all, when he plays for Mexico, he knows he has to make a statement, so he's in his head. I don't think he's automatically doing what he would be doing in Europe. And even then, he's had scoring droughts over there. But I don't think he's playing as an automatic striker like, I need to shoot this ball right now. He's thinking about everything about the play. And once you do that, take like a millisecond to think without your head spinning, it's not going to end well. So I don't think Santi's a fraud per se. I think he's a prisoner of the moment, right? I do think he wants to be respected, wanted, believed in, like he is in Europe, and that's why he's better there. But I think he also knows that he has to make a statement with Mexico. Like he wants to be good with Mexico, but he's stuck in his own head trying to be good and trying to be the same guy he is reflexively in Europe, and it just hasn't fell. I think that's what's happening. I think he needs to get out of his own head, personally. Header. Sanchez. That's why I'd say so. Rumor has it 2028 will be a 16-team Copa America with the top 6 CONCACAF nations too. Just this time it's in South America. So just imagine this, but worse. At least the time zones ain't bad, though. But just imagine this reffing, but worse. Like 10 times worse. But I would love to see Canada go back to the Copa when they make the semifinals this time. It'd be sad if they couldn't go back to at least, see if they could do one better. Shot save, 64th minute. Still 2-0 Venezuela, Jamaica. I'm not surprised, though. It's still going to be CONCACAF CONMEBOL. One, they get more money from the CONCACAF team. Second of all, they have a more even tournament. I'm not surprised. Bottom 2 CONMEBOL teams should also have to fight for a spot because Bolivia and Paraguay suck. You know what? I do think I agree with that. As I said, top 4 Nations League teams, you play the repechaje like you did this year, but the repechaje losers get one more shot against Bolivia and Paraguay to join the tournament. So in a central location, maybe in the same location of the repechaje, 4 days later, you draw these pairings. Or by FIFA rankings, the higher team, Paraguay, I think, would play the lower ranked FIFA ranked team from CONCACAF with the 2 losers of the repechaje, and Bolivia would play the higher ranked team. And then they would fight for their spots. I think that's fair. So you could either have 8-8 or 6-10. 10 CONMEBOL. Best situation for CONCACAF is it's 8 versus 8. Best for CONMEBOL would be 10v6. 9v7 would probably be the most likely, I think. But I think that's fair. If we're going to do this, I think that's fair. The repechaje winners are already in the Copa. But Bolivia and Paraguay play the repechaje losers. That is their last chance for the repechaje losers. Like they have 2 chances to qualify, 3 chances to qualify through the Nations League quarters, repechaje, and the CONMEBOL half playoff. The repechaje winners go into the Copa, not straight on because the quarterfinals are the straight on portion, but straighter on than the repechaje losers. And then the Nations League quarterfinal winners are for the 6 teams. So basically the 8 teams in the Nations League quarterfinals will at least have 3 chances to qualify. In my ideal world. They could still screw it up, but Minda coming on for Ecuador, 66 minute. That's how it should go. CONMEBOL refs are worse. Damn, that sucks. Matthew not though, so I don't care. Well, I care, but not as much. I would say Damari Gray, Mikel Antonio. Shamar barely got any time, which is sad. Bodier. Memote's coming on for Mexico. Orbelin Pineda's coming. So Erlan and Mote are coming for Chino Huerta and Orbelin Pineda. Double save. That's a good idea. Well, thank you. Antuna's going to come on. Paraguay is better than Peru. Well, Paraguay or Peru at least got a point in this tournament, you know. But, yeah, we should base it on the FIFA rankings. But that means Bolivia's in that little play-in. That play for your spot thing. Bolivia should be in that play for your spot thing. I don't care if it's Chile, Peru, or Paraguay. But if we're going by FIFA rankings, yeah. But Bolivia is definitely in that little tournament. Well, who got 1 point, though? Peru is on the downslope. Paraguay has good players. Paraguay are moving upwards, to be honest. And Ciso is awesome. Like, seriously. And Ciso almost single-handedly drew Colombia. They might be on their way up. Peru's on their way down, and Bolivia just sucks. Hell, you can play the repechaje in Denver, so they have a little bit of a altitude advantage. Not as bad as where they are, La Paz, but, you know, give them a chance. I did. Save for Julio. Paraguay get a point against Costa Rica, or maybe even 3. Oh, wait, they still have to play 1 game. My bad. My bad. They still have to play a game, and they probably could. My bad. True. Let's wait till that's over. MLS is better than the Bolivian League, yes. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope leaving Denver to the Orlando Magic. That's just a sideways move. Shot cleared. That's just a sideways move. What a pass. In through. Shot saved by Julio Gonzalez. And Ecuadorian brings down the Mexican defender. Oh, what a pass by Julio. Antuna. He still can't. He still can't cross. He still can't cross. 3 years, 66 million. That's way too much for him. 30. Wait, that's 22 million a year. That's way too much. Way too much. That's too much. Sanchez, Antuna. Sanchez. Cross blocked away. Not good placement, but 70th minute. Gonzalez pushes up. Free kick here for Jamaica, but again, that game's pretty much over. Arteaga should have gone for a shot to have a corner. Well, we know he can shoot. Cross in. Header. Oh, Memote doesn't get the header off. Antuna. Shot. Save. Mexico's getting better. They played good all game, I think. They've met the moment. It's just they haven't scored yet. They haven't had a bad performance, all things considered. It's just they haven't scored yet, but that's what matters. In the end, that's what matters is they haven't scored yet. But I thought they've had a pretty good performance. When's your birthday? January 20th. CONMEBOL refs are worse. Way worse. Way worse. I thought pro refs were bad. Well, that is part of CONCACAF, but the refs in this tournament, and even the CONCACAF refs, have probably been told marching orders. That's the problem. Like, it's just so corrupt. So corrupt. Well, he's not wrong, though. Saying that 3 times. Thoughts on Bronny to the Lakers. It is so nepotistic. Like, LeBron basically found a way to get Bronny drafted by the Lakers. Like, he basically tanked Bronny's draft stock just to get him to the Lakers after saying, oh, I don't want to play with my kid on the same team. And then they hire LeBron's guy, so it looks like LeBron is staying, and teams are still like, no, we won't draft Bronny. He's not great, but I think LeBron was lying. He engineered all that to get Bronny to the Lakers. And they used a second-round pick on him instead of a first. Bronny's going to flop. I honestly think so. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool to see a father and son play in basketball together in the NBA. This is probably the first time it's ever happened in the NBA. It's not the first time it's happened in sport. Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. Let's not forget about that. Ken Griffey Sr. and Jr. played together for the Seattle Mariners. So let's not forget about that. It's happened in other sports. I don't think Cal Ripken played with his father or header cleared. I don't think so, no. The House, that is true, yep. I think the Holes did too, didn't they? But it's still cool to see, but I think Bronny might be the worst of them all. Because, well, the House, both great players. The Holes, great. The Griffeys, great. Bronny's going to suck. Petty's and Earnhardt's too, but auto racing, but still, yeah. Gruzo and Mena coming on. Oh, Angel Mena and Carlos Gruzo. 2 CONCACAF League stalwarts. Liga MX for Mena. MLS for Gruzo for the Earthquakes. I don't. They're G League affiliates in Westchester, I thought. Oh, would they move it that far? I don't know. 75th minute, player down hurt for, here comes the stretcher, Ecuador. Player will be stretchered off. Ecuador players are cramping up. Exactly. I mean, it sucks that he had the heart trouble before the season, but I don't think that would have. I think when he got back playing, I don't think his stats would have changed much. Oh, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart. I mean, it's a good team. It's a good team, but I still think Boston is probably the favorite of the East for the foreseeable future, to be honest. Sarmiento coming off for Mena. Girault coming on for Kevin Rodriguez. '75th minute, still 0-0, 0-0. As we speak, Mexico, Jamaica will be eliminated. Jamaica were already eliminated coming into today, but Venezuela will win the group. Ecuador finishes second. Hit that like button, get us one going. Super chats are on, subscribers. Of course. Let's see. 76th minute. Still 2-0 Venezuela, Jamaica, 0-2, 0-0 Mexico, Ecuador. Cross wide. Goal kick. 75 minutes or 76 minutes of 90. Mexico are, I wouldn't say going out with a whimper, but definitely going out with no goal, it looks like. I can't say whimper because I thought they played pretty well, but '76 minutes, 62,000 in Arizona, the home of the Arizona Cardinals, who, funnily enough, used to play in St. Louis as well. None of us were alive for that, I think. If Rio's still here, he might have been the only one still be alive. He might have been the only one alive for that, but none of us here were alive for that when the Cardinals were playing in St. Louis, the football team, of course. Which, it's funny, they both played at Busch Stadium. Both the St. Louis baseball Cardinals and football Cardinals, Big Red, played at Busch Stadium too. It's funny. I wonder how confusing that would have been. Yeah, Hal Grimson's also a dentist. That's pretty cool. But yeah, the Jamaica's talented generation ruined by their federation. Not surprised. Antuna crosses in. Hey, that's the first ever good cross I've seen Antuna make. Shot, and of course, it's the second one's horrible. There's another connection to the Arizona Cardinals, but yeah, I'm happy for Sophia. All the best to her and hers. All the best. Oh, he went down. I remember the merger team, the St. Louis Stallions team, colors were purple and gold. That was almost that's when the Patriots almost moved to St. Louis before Robert Kraft bought the team. Robert Kraft saved the Patriots, but Orfwan wanted to move the Patriots to St. Louis, and they would have been the Stallions, which the logo wouldn't have been that different from Flying Elvis, but purple and gold instead of blue and silver. But so St. Louis could have had the Stallions before the Rams, but Robert Kraft made sure that didn't happen. Why are all the Ecuador players going down? Time wasting because a draw gets them through. They don't have to win. Mexico does. And they know it. Maybe they are actually cramping up, but it also helps when you're in the position of you don't got to chase the game and you're getting to the final 10 minutes plus. How we doing? Cross in. Luis Chavez. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Mexico needs 1. That's basically what it is. Mexico scores, and they hold on to the win. They go through. Ecuador draws. They're through. Ecuador ends up scoring and holds on. They're through. And this could be the moment. A 3-on-3. Shot wide. Valencia misses. Enter Valencia misses. '81st minute, 0-2, 0-2, Jamaica, Venezuela. Soteldo whiffs on the, or tries to fake the corner. 80th minute. 14 fouls, 10, 3 yellow cards to 1. 80th minute. Has to be a better finish. For Ecuador's sake, yes. For Mexico's, no. It's a good thing it was a horrible finish. Cross in. How we doing? Watch Mexico say the El Grito in the last minutes. No, that's when they're losing. That's when they're losing. They don't do that if they're drawing or winning. It would be stupid for them to do it. Jordi Cortizo about to come on for Mexico. Venezuela's winning 2-0. Yep. Watching that over there. They've made easy work of Jamaica pretty much. But they were already... Now they're obviously winning the group. They were already advanced, but they've definitely won the group. Mexico and Ecuador playing for the right to get stomped by Venezuela. Venezuela-Canada will be the quarterfinal on Friday. But I like Canada's chances. I mean, Jamaica hasn't been beaten that badly. And Canada's better than Jamaica. So if Venezuela-Jamaica's 0-2, I think Canada could figure it out. Especially if they finish. If they finish. Johan Vasquez gets a yellow. '82nd minute. Bring Julio up. Jordi Cortizo is coming on. Free kick for Ecuador. I think Venezuela will get it done in extra time. I'm sorry, they're grimy. Well, here's the good news. There's no extra time. It's 90 minutes and then straight to penalties in the quarterfinals and semifinal and third place. So technically, that's not even possible. That prediction's not even possible. Free kick taken, blocked off the wall. 83rd minute. It goes directly to pens after stoppage time. The only game that could go to extra time is the final. Which I like Maxime Crepeau on a penalty shootout over the Venezuelan keeper. And I honestly like our takers over their takers, if that was so to happen. And that's 3. Venezuela gets a third. 3-0 Venezuela, 3-0. It was already over, but it certainly is now. There's no extra time in Copa, not till the final. Not till the final. Every game until the final has no extra time. It is Leagues Cup style. Except, of course, no penalties in the group stage. But it is Leagues Cup style, pretty much. Well, actually, no. The Leagues Cup didn't even have extra time in the final. Well, that last year they didn't, but I think they may have added it this year. That's game down in Austin. It already was. I think they, if I'm wrong, I think they added it this year, though. I think that was one of their deal, like rule changes. I think for the final there will be extra time. People probably won't care about it as much this year because Messi effect is probably what made it cool last year, but you hope. Eric Sanchez coming on. He might. It is a great contract, and I'm so happy they kept Domi. So it works. 84th minute. They're checking it for offside down in Austin. 85th minute. Subs. 85th minute. Looks like Jorge Sanchez. Romo off. Romo's off for Sanchez. Cortizo will be off for Julian Quinones. Okay. Interesting. Julian Quinones off and Luis Romo off for Jordi Cortizo and Eric Sanchez. It's a goal. It's a goal for Venezuela, 87th minute. '86th minute. Damari Gray, Joel Latiboudiere's off. But, I mean, game's over. That doesn't matter. '86th minute. 86-90. Nice play there by Sanchez. Antuna. Free kick for Mexico. Ramirez scores for Venezuela, 85th minute. But they were already topping the group anyway. Oigan, los pendejos. Oigan, los pendejos. '87th minute. Blocked away. Ooh. Cortizo. Good play. Arteaga. Cross. Corner. Corner for Mexico. Milquetoast performance. I don't think Mexico's played that bad. It's just the situation they're in. It's a goal or you're out situation at this point. Goal for you or out situation. How much time do you think will be added? I say 4 minutes. So 88, 89, 90. So 7 minutes to go, give or take. Cross in for you to score a goal and then hold on if you do score a goal. Ecuador playing the ball forward. They can break here. That would not be good. That is game. If Ecuador scores, that's game. That's that. Simple. It's that simple. Cleared away by Mexico. Does Mexico game feel like the USA-Iran game? Sort of, yes. It sort of does. I think the situation was similar going in. The USA had to win, or whoever won would go through. I think that was a similar situation. Similar situation here. Let's hope Mexico gets the USA treatment. And that was a horrible, horrible play. 88th minute, 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time. So 6 minutes, I think, in my honest opinion, truly left in this game. In Mexico's Copa time, if they cannot get the goal. But there will be a stoppage for injury. Arteaga's down. '89th minute. Borracho on. Wait, Alexi Vega's coming on for the last 5 minutes? Yeah, Borracho's coming on. Jesus. Alexi Vega's coming on. La Borracho's coming on. Hurtado's coming on as well. 3 minutes of stoppage time between Jamaica and Venezuela. There's 2 minutes left in that game. Well, yeah, I think that's the white flag, to be honest. They're going to put on Borracho. Hurtado's coming on for Ecuador as well. 2 minutes to go, Jamaica, Venezuela. I don't blame you. Missing the old Mexico. Hell, I miss them. Alexi Vega's on. Hurtado's on for Preciado. Well, Mexico would overcome this ref. Yep, 90th minute. How much stoppage time after the drop ball? Gerardo Arteaga's off for Borracho, Alexi Vega. 8 minutes. 8 minutes of stoppage time. 1 more minute over here. Jamaica, Venezuela, 8 minutes. 8 minutes. Mexico didn't want Argentina to destroy them in the quarters. I guess Ecuador didn't either, but if they did, they'd probably give up a goal, considering if they draw, they're still through. Somebody has to go through. But 1 minute. Here comes Ecuador. Enter Valencia. Enter Valencia. Still good. Clearance. And a goal kick. Offside, but Eric Sanchez did clear it before he knew it was offside. 30 seconds left. Soteldo. Soteldo plays it on. Shot past the post. 30 seconds left in the Jamaica-Venezuela game. 7 minutes left here. Mexico-Ecuador. Brought down. Here's the chance. Santi Jimenez loses the ball. Santi, jeez, man. You got to turn. Oh, Lord. Lord. Full time. Jamaica, Venezuela. 0-3, 0-3. Venezuela wins the group. Jamaica were already eliminated, but they have 0 points confirmed. Eliminated is Jamaica. Now, 6 minutes. Header saved. Playing with Alexi's, playing with 10. We need to restart fresh, find a complete striker. Public apology by the Federation. I want little fans at our games so I could certify score goals. Till then, I won't watch this team ever. Yeah, here's the problem with that little fans at our games thing. That's why they play the Moleros. Now, they don't care. They don't care unless those Moleros sell out. You could have Estadio Azteca empty. You could have TSM Corona Stadium empty. You could have any Mexican stadium they play in be empty. They do not care. Handball, they think. They won't call it. Player goes down. Free kick for Ecuador? Where? Oh, God, this is full Canada-Chile again. How is that a foul against Mexico? I agree with that. But again, it doesn't matter. Like, they are not going, people are not going to boycott the Moleros. That's the problem. That is not going to happen. There's a reason they run the Moleros. They know damn well. There was handball from Ecuador, too. Yeah, I think they definitely missed that, I think. Well, adios, Mexico. Let me see here. Brought down. That is a handball. That did go up into his hand. Yellow card. That should be checked, but they're getting fully Canada'd. Coach gets a yellow. 94th minute, halfway through stoppage time. Like, here's my thing. Okay, here's my thing. There is no way. Like, it went like his arm was out, it bounced up and hit his arm. Mexico should have like 4 penalties. And yellow cards are coming out like hotcakes. Antuna gets 1. Well, that's not good news. 4 minutes to get it done. Or eliminated. Dominguez. Here's the thing. The Federation There's a reason why they do the Moleros, and they'll keep doing the Moleros. The diaspora will go to those games. You're not, I think, and if you look at the Liga MX Reddit, there are people on that Reddit who say they shouldn't go to the Moleros that live in the diaspora, live in America. But that's a vocal minority. You are not going to get those stadiums be empty when those Moleros get played. You know that. But if that'd be a good thing if it happened, but it's not happening. And should it happen? Yeah, the fans should boycott the Molero games as well. But they're not. They're not. 95th minute. So, people stop buying Mexico tickets. That's going to be when pigs fly. Yeah, they'll see a little bit less money, but that'll be so less that, or so much of a drop in the bucket, they won't even notice. Unless the money of the games they actually have to play in Mexico adds up, plus the people who are that vocal minority that say they won't go. It's that simple. 86th minute. 0-0, 0-0, 86th minute, 2 minutes to go left in this match. Clinch. 86th minute. 0-0, 0-0, throw in. Mexico needs a goal. Any goal decides a winner. Any goal decides who advances. Well, I guess not, but. Cross in. Header. Saved. 2 minutes. Well, he's accepted it already, I think. He knows Berhalter's shit. '97th minute. Penalty. There's a penalty right at the end. Said. Momote gets brought down. It is going to be penalty for Mexico. Penalty. Momote brought down in the box. He took the contact, went down. As of now, it's a penalty. Momote goes down in the box. Penalty for Mexico. Let's see. Momote on the ball. The trailing leg got him. He didn't touch the ball at all. Momote maybe dived a little bit, but he had to. He got the contact. We're going to find out. Let's see what VAR says. Oh, he did get the ball. Oh. VAR. 98th minute. VAR. Clear non-pen. That's not a pen, bruh. Don't shoot the messenger. I haven't said anything about it. I just called the penalty when the ref called it. Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't say anything. To me, on that angle, he did get the ball. To me, on that angle, he did get the ball. This is basically Copa America life. VAR deserved. CONCACAF going to be CONCACAF. I mean, on that angle, he did get the ball. I think it could go either way. No penalty. Mexico should have played better. I agree. Or they should have scored a goal. No penalty. 99th minute and any moment now. Any moment now, that could be the end. But he did get the ball before he got the leg. No penalty for Mexico. But it is a corner. Julio, what the hell was Julio doing? Throw in for Mexico. Good decision. If it was a pen, be corruption. But fair, be fair. Brought down. Memote's shot blocked. Memote's shot is blocked. That might have been the moment. Memote misses. Please, Ecuador. Please. And it's full time. Full time. A 0-0 draw sends Ecuador to playing Argentina. Ecuador advances. Mexico is eliminated. 0-0, 0-0. Eliminated is Mexico from the Copa América. Ecuador advances. Venezuela advances. Mexico, Ecuador, or Mexico, Jamaica have been eliminated. Canada advanced last night. Mexico could not. 0-0 esta noche. Mexico eliminado. Ecuador avanzar de la Copa América cuartos de final. Venezuela avanzar de la cuartos de final contra Canadá. Ganador de grupo. As the winner of the group, Venezuela advances to play Canada on Friday. Ecuador advances to play Argentina on Thursday as the runner-up. Fox Sports app, FS1. Fuera Jimmy. He's gone. That's facts. Canada contra Venezuela. Cuartos de final. Argentina contra Ecuador. Cuartos de final. Commiserations to Mexico. We already gave Jamaica theirs because they were out after match day 2. Felicidades. Felicidades. Ecuador y Venezuela. Congratulations to Venezuela and Ecuador. They are moving on. And Mexico needed to score a goal, and they didn't. Probably. Also, Jardinet's our new manager. Mexico were eliminated. Fracaso, fracaso, fracaso. With that being said, if you like the stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification button. Subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And then tomorrow we'll be live for USA Uruguay. Review that as well. We'll also be keeping an eye on Panama, Bolivia, because that does matter for the USA. Well, the last game sort of mattered for Mexico, but you get my point. We'll keep eyes on both games. We'll review USA Uruguay, or that may be more of the reason you suck speech if the USA can't get it done. Either way. The only team that hasn't let CONCACAF down is Canada, and maybe Panama. USA let them down. Mexico let them down. Jamaica let them down. Costa Rica probably is letting them down. But that being said, I'm out. Peace. Canada isn't, though.